So today's class is on structure of the atom. I have discussed in one class half of the chapter. Now remaining part I will cover this in this lecture. Okay. So Bohr's model of atom. According to Bohr's model of atom, electrons are moving around the nucleus, but in a specific radius. In a specific radius and a specific energy. It has only specific energy. It cannot have any amount of energy. That's the main basis of Bohr's model. So whatever the electrons are moving around the specific path, that path is actually known as orbit. So orbit, electrons are moving in a specific orbit. So higher orbit means higher the energy. When an electron is getting much more energy, then it moves from a lower energy state to higher energy state. That means lower energy orbit to higher energy orbit, like this. So two principle here is written. Only certain special orbits known as discrete orbits, because of the discrete means then it is not continuous, like it is not like one orbit is having 1 kilojoule energy and another is 1.001, like this, not continuous. Means so the second orbit may have the energy in 2 kilojoule or 3 kilojoule, like this. So in between these are a discrete number, that's why discrete orbits. So the next one principle is, while revolving in discrete orbits, the electrons do not radiate any energy. Yeah, this is much important, because if electrons are releasing some form of energy, then it will have less energy in a specific time duration. It can become zero energy containing element, so then it cannot move anymore. So that's why this principle is very important. Second principle also. Okay, so let us see here. The orbits may be K, L, M, N, O, P, like this. So how is the name done? How is the name is done? Actually, K, L, M, N, small n. This is the principal quantum number. The principal quantum number is denoting the orbit name. When principal quantum number n is equals to 1, then it is the K cell or K orbit. When small n is equals to 2, then it is L cell or L orbit. Likewise it goes. Okay, so electrons are moving in specific orbit, in specific energy, in discrete orbit. Okay, and it surrounding the nucleus, a nucleus containing proton and neutron. Proton is positively charged, neutron is not have any charge. So after this, a neutron I have already discussed. Mainly we need to remember that neutron says neutron does not have any charge, but it has a mass of same amount with proton. So 1 unit mass, we measure it as a 1 unit. So small n is the symbol of neutron. Okay, so how are electrons distributed in different orbits? So one formula we need to remember here, 2n square. 2n square means here 2n square into n square. N is the principal quantum number. When principal quantum number is 1, that means k orbit, then in k orbit the maximum number of electron can be 2n square. So 2 into 1 is 1 to the 1 square, so it comes to only 2. That means k orbit can only have 2 electrons. It is the highest number. In case of L cell, n is small n, principal quantum number n is equals to 2, so 2n square comes to 2 to the power of 2 means 4, and 4 into 2 means 8. So total is 8. So in L cell, maximum number of electrons is 8. Likewise we can calculate. So 2n square formula is very important to know the how much electron can be located in a specific orbit. Okay. Okay, let's go to this valency. Valency means it has been seen that mostly in the outer shell only 8 electron is the stability making electron count. Means 8 electron, if outer shell has 8 electron, then it is stabilized. Some atom we know that like helium, neon, argon, these are said to be inactive because of this octet rule. Means outer shell may have fulfilled, maybe it is 8 or 18, but the outer shell is fully filled up, that's why. So valency, so here you can see one thing. See, composition of atoms of the first 18 elements. So from atomic number 1, it is hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, likewise it is going. Okay, we need to remember some of them. Mostly hydrogen, that is 1, helium, that is 2, lithium is 3, beryllium is 4, 5 is boron, carbon is 6, nitrogen is 7, oxygen is 8, fluorine is 9, up to this. Then sodium 11, magnesium 12, likewise. These are the main important. So what is showing here, atomic number means the number of proton present inside the nucleus. So hydrogen, atomic number of hydrogen is 1, means only one proton is there inside the nucleus of hydrogen atom. Like sodium, in sodium atomic number is 11, means only 11 proton is present inside the nucleus of a sodium atom. And another thing is, when sodium is not charged, means it is not ionized, then the number of electron outside the nucleus is same with the number of proton present inside the nucleus. So in neutral atom, electron and proton count is same. So atomic number, if atomic number like chlorine, like in chlorine the atomic number is 17, so the number of electron is also 17. Okay, here it is written atomic number. And neutron number, we can, for calculating neutron number, we need to know the mass number. Mass number means proton number plus neutron number. So proton number plus neutron number is the mass number. If we have like in sodium, mass number is 23, the proton number we know that 11, so remaining 12 is the neutron number, because proton plus neutron is equals to mass number. So this is the and KL, distribution of electrons, to like we may consider this one, sodium itself 11, total 11, but in K cell only 2 electron is possible, maximum 2 electron. Then L cell, it is maximum 8 number of electron, so 2 8, then remaining 1 electron will be located to M orbit. So this is the process. First we need to calculate what is the maximum number that can be located in a specific cell. Like K cell only 2 electron, L cell 8 electron, M cell 18 electron. Okay, likewise. So this is the process. Okay, so atomic number and mass number, I have already discussed this. Atomic number and mass number. Atomic number is written in capital Z. Okay, mass number, okay, mass number I have discussed. So this symbol is important. See here what is showing, atomic number is left lower portion, left lower corner, and right upper corner. No, left, it is right, left side upper corner, left side upper corner, left side upper corner is mass number, or sometimes it is right side upper corner is also mass number. So atomic number is always Z, that is in the left side lower corner. Okay, so here 7n14 is written. This means 7 is the atomic number, 14 is the mass number, and n is the symbol of the nitrogen. Okay, so see, the next one is isotope. So isotope, here isotope means, in the word isotope we have P. We can remember like P is is denoting a proton number. So iso means equal, and top refers referring proton number. So isotope means same proton number. Those elements which have same proton number but different neutron number are known as isotopes. Like here 1H1 and H2. 1H1 hydrogen, 1H2, this is also a hydrogen but isotope of hydrogen, that is named as deuterium, and 1H3, that is tritium. So you can see protium, deuterium and tritium, both all of three have same proton number, that is atomic number is same 1, but the mass number that is written upper left upper corner, that is for protium it is 1, for deuterium it is 2, for tritium it is 3. So it is changing, that's why they are isotopes of each other. Likewise we need to remember 6C12 and 6C13 and 6C14. 3 are possible, 6C12, 6C13 and 6C14. So atomic number is 6. The carbon is element is carbon itself, but the mass number is changing, 12, 13 or 14. So actually neutron number is changing, because proton number is same but mass number changing, that means neutron number is changing. For chlorine, 17 chlorine 0.35 and 17 chlorine 37. Okay, these examples are important to remember. Okay, next one. Here U is the unit, atomic mass unit. So applications, okay, so it has been seen that some isotopes are radioactive in nature. Like here 6C13, we are saying 6C13, 6C12 and 6C13 and 6C14, but 6C12 is the normal carbon which is present mostly in the air, mostly available, but 6C14 is very less available, and it is radioactive. It can radiate alpha, beta, gamma rays. Okay, so this is the 6C14 is the radioactive. So it is changing the characteristic feature. Some characteristic feature is changing with the isotopes. An isotope of uranium is used as a fuel. Isotope. An isotope of iodine is used in the treatment of goiter. You need to remember goiter. In goiter disease, iodine is actually less in the human body. So isotope of iodine is used to treatment of goiter. So isobar means usually it refers to equal mass. So mass number, when mass number is same but the atomic number is different, that is known as isobar. Like here it is written calcium atomic number 20 and argon atomic number 18. So argon atomic number 18, but 18 argon 40 is available, and 20 calcium 40 is available, means calcium atomic number of calcium 20 and mass number is 40. In case of argon, atomic number is 18 but mass number is same, means 40. So mass number is same but atomic number is different, that is isobar. So okay, fine. Exercises. Okay, fine. This is the basic concepts from the chapter atomic structure. So I will discuss later some other chapter. Okay, thank you.